at the end of the month, if you are not having the kind of results that you needed, it doesn't make sense for you to actually make money and lose it all month long. Okay, so that today we're just basically going to be covering, and no technicals. Won't be focusing on technicals, moving averages, and all that stuff. This week, as I said, I'll be focusing on just improving more of the mental aspect and risk money management aspect of your trading, okay, which I believe is more important, obviously, than the technical side, because you can have great technical ability but can't manage risk properly, and obviously you're going to blow your account. And if you have great money management as well as a good mental wherewithal, so to speak, then you can actually sustain a decent amount of growth even with very, very little technical ability. Okay, so today I'm just going to be focusing on that, and yeah, I will have this recorded. I'll have it on the website, and should you require the password and stuff like that, just give me a ring and I'll be able to send that out through to you. Okay, so I hope everyone had a pretty decent, because the market didn't move all that much, but a pretty decent trading day. I think I've only booked like 80 pips on this day, so nothing exciting about this day. So we'll see tomorrow. Hopefully some decent setup will come up. So let's just head on and start with today's session. Okay, so some of you guys might know who this is. Well, most of you should. One of the wealthiest investor of our time. This is Warren Buffett. So today's rule, well, our everyday rule should be this. Okay, so number one rule in trade. Okay, so he's more of an investor, we more traders because we're more active on the market, and that obviously does inherently have more risk as opposed to just you trading, let's say, 2 or 3 times, or taking trades 2 or 3 times a month, that sort of thing. Okay, so inherently scalping, as we are more the scalper types, it does carry with it a bit more significant risk. But obviously, if you know how to manage it properly, it can be very lucrative. So, like Warren Buffett says, the number one rule in trading, in our sense, is never lose money. Okay, so you should never lose money. So that's the number one rule in trading. Okay, so obviously that is not quite possible. So this would translate to simply being always look at the loss side before you actually look at the gain side. Okay, so when you're taking a trade, you look more towards, okay, how much am I actually going to lose? Or let's say if you're looking at a trade and you're like, okay, I don't see this quite well. I'm not quite certain of this particular trade. So if I lose, am I comfortable in actually losing this amount of money in this trade? Okay, so number one rule is never to lose money. The second rule is also never forget rule number one, which is never lose money. Okay, so your main focus as a trader is to not lose money, because the less money you lose, the more experience you gain and the more you become proficient. So if all you do is sort of like those bank traders who take huge risk on an account, they double the account in one day and lose it all the very next day, obviously won't gain much experience on that. Okay, so limiting your risk, 1% risk, for instance, per trade. Obviously, you need to lose 10, 100 trades in a row in order for you to wipe your account. Obviously, that is very, very unlikely to happen unless you are very, very gifted in losing money, so to speak. So 1% risk, for instance, to start off with, that's just to gain you the experience. So in you not losing money, you are still in the game. So the main objective, firstly, in trading is for you to actually survive, and then only do you look at the profit side of things. So you start from the perspective of, okay, I need to keep this account running, because the more you have your account, the more you actually learn from the account, and the more your equity curve starts to move sideways. You start learning things, and eventually it will actually head upwards. Okay, so today that's basically what I need you guys to focus on, not just making money, because this is not a get rich quick scheme, as some of you guys may know already. Some of you guys have been trading for some time. Whether it's not with us or it's with us, you understand that trading is not like a quick fix solution, so to speak. Okay, so number one rule: don't lose money. Okay, you can do everything else, but don't lose money. Right. Okay, so for me, these are just some of the basic rules that I have followed in my trading. And now I'm sure you guys know that I'm not that active when it comes to trade setups, so to speak. Okay, so I might comment on other people's trade setups, but I don't take that many trades. Okay, simply because I understand the whole premise of the more you trade, the more you expose yourself to risk. So always trade with the predefined risk percentage or stop loss. Okay, so this simply means if you have $100 account, right? So you invested $100. Now, predefined risk simply means if you have 2% risk tolerance, 2% of the account, that's $2. You're only supposed to lose $2. So if your stop loss gets hit, you already know that you're going to lose $2. Okay. Instead of you taking a trade and just pulling your stop loss down, you don't know what lot size you use, and then obviously when you come back from work or something, you hit the stop loss is hit all of a sudden. It's a surprise. You don't know how much you actually lost. You look at your equity, you're on $60 or something. So there should not be any surprises should the trade not go in your direction. Okay, because the whole objective of trading is not to be right. Okay, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. All I care about is, am I profitable at the end of the day? All right, so always trade with the predefined risk, which basically means in our sense a stop loss. Okay, predefined stop loss guarantees that you know how much you are risking for that particular trade. Instead of you coming home to surprises like, okay, because the market, contrary to popular belief that the market, let's say it comes down, you have a nice support level, so to speak. Yeah, no, it should go up. It shouldn't go up. The market goes where it wants to go. So that basically means it has no flow and it has no ceiling. So if you get caught on a move long over here, for instance, the market drags you down, it can go down with you for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, even 8 years. Who knows? So don't get caught in that removing the stop, because I notice a lot of people try to do that, and I do assure you that it doesn't end well. Okay, so at the end of the day, it doesn't end well. You can, it does grow your equity quite fast, you know, because removing the stop loss simply means the stop loss won't get hit because you don't have one stop loss in place. A lot of guys get complain about, okay, my stop loss is too close, and then your stop loss get hit. That basically means you haven't practiced enough on demo. So if you have good thorough practice on the demo, you know exactly where you put your stops and all the currency pairs that you should be trading. Okay. Now, the more you actually trade, the more you expose yourself to risk. Now, to risk doesn't simply mean that your stop loss will get hit. Okay. Aside from that, now let's be practical over here. Now, let's say you have a $100 account, because I actually do see people trading, having ridiculous amount of trades in one day. Okay, so let me just take one example then. Let's say this guy had a $100 account, and we all know what the spread is. So by being here, I'm pretty sure you should know what the spread is. Now, for each and every pip or trade that he was taking, it was on a 0.2. Yeah, I think 0.02, and that basically means okay, no, I'll answer your question towards the end. Right? So that basically means you have $100 account, right? And you are paying, let's say, 50 cents per trade. So that's 50 cents per trade. That would be perhaps your spread, commissions, that sort of thing. So you're paying $0.50 for each and every trade. Right. So the guy was probably running around 20 to 25 trades per day. Okay. 20 to 25 trades per day. So that's 25 or 20 divided by 2. So that would be roughly like $11, $10. Obviously, it's not significant if you have a $10,000 account. But if you have a $100 account and you're taking 20, 25 trades per day, spread average 0.5, which is 50 cents. You know, some spreads are wider than others. You might pay perhaps 0.8, which is 80 cents. So roughly you'd be paying around $10, $11. Yeah, $10, $11 on a $100 account. Now that's 10 or 11% of your entire account. So you first need to make $10 out of these 25 trades firstly to see any amount of profit. Okay, so obviously now you can see you're already 10% down before you actually even start. So for each and every trade that you take, 50 cent goes. So that is basically one part of exposing yourself to risk, not just from the market, your stop loss getting hit, but from slippage as well. Slippage, obviously the guys on the floors, when you're actually taking those trades, they might slip you a pip or two, 3 pips, 4 pips. Obviously that you might not see on your spread. Okay, it might not reflect on your spread or your commissions column, but it is there. So you enter a trade at 1, 2, 3, 4, and it gets filled at 1, 2, 3, 8. So they slipped you, let's say, 4 pips on that particular trade. So that also comes into play with you actually exposing yourself to risk. So the less you trade, the more money you actually save on all commission costs. Brokers want you to trade all the time. They want you active on the market. That's why you conveniently have both buy and sell buttons available for you 24 hours a day. Okay. Now, thirdly, I always take trading as a business. It's never been a hobby for me because obviously, if it's a hobby, it won't make money. Okay, so first objective, you need to understand that firstly, in fact, that you want trading to become some sort of business for you, right? So in order for you to actually have it as a business, you need to treat it like a business, not a hobby. I know some people who wake up and just in their pajamas, have their laptops on top of their laps and just start trading. It needs to be as stringent. I mean, the rules for your trading need to be as stringent as possible. Okay, I think you can hello, can everyone else hear me though? Sound is still okay? Okay, I think you might have to log out and then log back in. Yeah, just log out, log back in, and then I think that should solve the problem. But if you are logging in through the phone, I think that might, yeah, logged out and logged in yourself. Okay, right, yeah, that should actually solve the problem. But I mean, with the phone, it's a bit harder. Just try logging out and logging back in. Okay. So as I was saying, then trading should be treated as a business because it is actually a business. So bottom line, you need to understand all your expenses that you are putting into trading. Okay, not just the money you funded for your live account or your tuition expenses, that sort of thing. Just try to budget in every single thing that you do invest in your actual trading. Okay, so whether it be spreads, that's a cost. Your commissions, that's a cost. Your swap, that's a cost. The broker doesn't want you to feel like those costs are too much. But at the end of the day, with the example I just actually showed you, 10 to 20% of your account could be gone just on costs, trading costs, without you actually losing anything. So that puts you on the back foot. So always treat trading as a business. Like I said, I will give you guys a couple of tools that you can use to help you with this regard as well. Okay, now trading is an investment, obviously, as we all know, and not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, so like I said, we do have the power of compound interest on our side, which does significantly give you the potential to make good amounts of money in a very short space of time. However, obviously that still needs to be regarded as an investment rather than get rich quick scheme. Okay. Now, fear and greed, as we all should know by now, do control the market. The fear of losing out on a trade, the fear of losing money, being greedy, holding on to a winner too long, and then it comes back. You don't want to take 50 pips anymore. You want to take 80 pips. So that's basically the greed side of things. And that can also be influenced by some people that you might see in the group as well doing pretty well. But I mean, we do all have our time. Some guys have been with us much longer, and some guys recently just came. So obviously, if a person's been with us, let's say for 8 or 9 months, and you just came in last month, your progress won't never, ever, ever be the same. Okay, you won't be on the same level because the person might have been on the demo account for 6 months. I know people who actually went live and struggled and went back to demo account for like 4 or 5 months. And once they came back on the live account, they were producing incredible numbers, 200, 600%, that sort of thing. So it's basically the greed side of things. When you look at other people, okay, you're looking at your Facebook account, people are making this amount of profit, everything comes with time, right? So the main focus right now should be just getting the skills, necessary skills to optimize your trading, because after you have done that, obviously you don't even need to do it again. So rather do it right the first time and don't have to repeat stuff when you're 6 months down the line, 5 months down the line. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So Jesse Livermore, not sure if you guys know him, one of the greatest traders also of our time, quoted this saying, everything you need to know is right there in front of you. So basically this refers to the charts. Okay, so everything that you ever need to know about the market obviously will lie in the charts. We do use a bit of fundamental analysis, but in essence we are chiefly technical traders. Okay, so in essence what this guy was saying is that all your info that you do need, that you do require with your trading actually is there. Okay, there's nothing else that you do need. All the info is in the MT4 platform. I know people try to justify a lot of things. Yeah, I need 10 screens and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's nice to have all of that, but if you cannot read what you're actually looking at, 10 screens won't help you understand. So there'll just be more distractions for you. So I prefer simple stuff, as some of you guys might know. I just prefer simple trading, and it has been the best for me in my trading. Okay, so this guy also just a bit about him. He had a small account which he actually ran into the millions, and then for some reason, due to greed and emotional instability, he actually lost the account, and then he also took another $30,000 account back up into the millions and then just lost it all again, I think in a single trade. So he did that twice and unfortunately he committed suicide. Right. So that's basically the consistency side of things and not letting emotions actually take you into into a audacious sort of state where you feel like you're overconfident and you start taking unnecessary risk. Okay. So now the tools that we're basically going to be looking at are the more important ones that help you to have a look at the back end of trading and try to step away from the technical side of things just for a minute and looking at the business side of trading. Okay. Now, firstly, we have our forecast sheet. Some of you might know what that is. Some of you might even have it. If you don't, I think it's on the Telegram channel. Secondly, you need to have a trading plan. Very important. Trading plan is like your business plan. Okay, trading without a trading plan is like a business without no business plan. And it's going to lead to a very hard road. So with the trading plan, it's clearly defined and it tells you everything you need to know about what you want to achieve in your trading, how you're going to achieve it, what you look for in your trades. And if you do follow that trading plan to the T, I do guarantee you that you will have success. Right now, a lot of time people try to spice things up. They might have a trading plan, forget to look at it, or just tweak something today and then the next day tweak something else. But when you look at the trading plan is more a daily thing. Okay, you need to have a daily trading plan that you look at every single day. Okay, so I'll go through the most important aspects that you need to have in your trading plan. But everyone should have that before you even consider going live. That's what I usually say, always say. Even on your demo account, you definitely need to have a trading plan in place. So when you transition from your demo to your live account, you already have the thoughts as well as the routines etched in your mind. So it's simple for you to transition to your live account. Okay. Now, thirdly, you need to have a trading journal. Trading journal doesn't have to be like, okay, dear diary, today I feel sad because I lost 50 pips on or whatnot. It's just a simple methodology or way for you to document your trading. Okay, so let's say you document your trading in a way that USD CAD went long, lost 50 pips. Okay, GBP USD went short on a W, made 50 pips. That's basically doing your trading journal, right? So you need to have specific times as well. Okay, I took it at this time. What was the price at? Where was the TP? Where was the stop loss? Okay, now the more times you actually do it, it's much faster. And the more you get to do it, the more you practice doing it, the easier it becomes for you to actually have this etched in your mind, the whole routine etched in your mind, because that's the whole objective. It's not like you're going to stick with all of this stuff. The trading plan, the more you recite it or the more you look at it, you have it in your mind, the easier it's going to be. You don't need to look at it every single day after, let's say, 3 months down the line. Right, so now a trading review sheet. Now the trading review sheet is to actually help you not make the same mistakes twice, because traders make the same mistakes. Okay, it's not like removing a stop loss is something new. Okay, traders have been doing it for ages, since the markets became active. Traders were removing stop losses. Traders were letting their losers run. So after they remove the stop loss, they still hope that the market is going to come back in their direction and release them. Or let's say you took a trade and it went in your direction 50 pips, you remove your TP because you want 100 pips. That's not basically new as well. Traders have always done those sort of things. It's not something new, but the only thing that can actually help you in alleviating all of those stresses or those problems is to actually have it documented. So once you identify it and you have it documented, that's actually going to help you to understand what the problem is and how to attend to it. That's the simplest way, a trading review sheet. So you're going to look at the trades, look at the problems with the trades, and obviously the ways to correct any issues that you might have had with the trade. Okay, so I'll also just give you a bit of insight on how to structure that. And of course, usually we have a check down sheet, which is sort of like your guideline to the trade. So it helps you to check down the trades, how they look, and what are the most important aspects. The confluence is there, everything is there that you want with a perfect trade. Okay, even though I believe perfect trade does not exist, but something that does resemble a good, decent setup that you know will pay out. Okay. Right, so this is the forecast sheet. This is simply a way for you to firstly document your objectives, so to speak. Okay, now over here we can see that, let me just grab my writing tool. Right, so week 1, these are the weeks right here. and this is the dollar amount actually invested in the account. Let's say you fund your account with 200 USD today, and you want to see based on what you've actually been doing or what you know you can achieve. You're going to have the amount of pips over here. This is the amount of pips, which is 300, and this is the risk size. Okay, now this is the percentage risk. So this being the percentage risk, this is 0.03, which will mean you are risking 3% of this $200 account, which is $6. Okay, that's done for you. Now it also gives you the pip value, so it just divides it by 50. So if you have a 50 pip stop loss, this will be $6. Now if you have like a 25 pip stop loss, this will be 3 pips. I mean $3. Okay. So this risk size is based on a 50 pip stop loss. Right. So with that being said, you're going to have your lot size. It does give you the lot size that you're supposed to use and also the profits that you should be on for the week. All right. So this is based on 3%. Weekly, you want to achieve 300 USD. That's a pretty simple task. Okay. But I do promise you that a lot of people struggle with this. It's basically because they don't have patience to actually watch a trading account grow. Okay, so a lot of people might come up to this level, start increasing their risk, moving stop losses, going for more pips and all of that stuff. But it is really about consistency because, I mean, on the third month already, per month, with just the moderate goals like this, you'll be making like 700 US dollars per month. Okay, that's basically like 10,000 rand a month, which is pretty a decent amount. Plus, if you're not going to withdraw, as I always suggest, keep an account flowing and growing and stuff like that, then you can actually compound this to a pretty substantial amount of money. No, I'm just saying this is just an example. This is just an example of the forecast sheet. So it just gives you all the info that you're going to need. You just input your account size. So if you have $1,000 account, you're just going to put $1,000. If it's $10,000, you're going to put $10,000. And the risk, maximum risk, is always 3%. I preferably like to see it between 1 and 2%, especially if you're starting out. However, you can go to 3% once you become proficient. So, and you target for pips in an entire week cycle, you also have it in there. So that's the only thing that you're going to input. The rest is done for you, and target for the week in terms of dollars. Now, it doesn't seem like much. First week, you made $36. No, the entire week you made $36. People actually get their minds start clouding their judgment, and they start increasing their risk, moving stop losses, trying to get things, trying to become fancy. Okay, but I promise you, the simplest form of trading is the one that actually makes money. Right. So now, for me, now as I said, for me, strictly for me, this is if I had to have a percentage put towards trading success, I would actually hit it like this. Some of you might be surprised that technical analysis or technical skill is about 10% for me, and money management will be 30%, and your mental skill will roughly be around 60%. That's more like controlling your, because people make the same mistakes. Okay, the only thing that the market can do is capitalize on your mistakes, on your errors. So the errors like jumping into a trade before it actually sets up properly, or taking a trade and then exiting because you were afraid of losing money, only to see it go to hit where you would have had your take profit, or just that carelessness. Some people become careless in their trading. Instead of a buy, they place a sell. I've actually seen that. And over trading. So the market makers, the brokers, the floor traders, everyone starts churning your account. It's actually called churning, and they just chip away slowly at your equity through all these unnecessary fees that traders pay due to their I don't want to say lack of mental toughness, but I mean it's more like nature for us to fear losing things, especially money, because we have such an emotional attachment towards money. So when money is involved, we get heated up, we start getting excited, we start jumping the gun, we start increasing lot sizes because we feel like definitely this is the golden trade. And that basically is what the market capitalizes on. So if you can get these two parts, okay, so even if you can get just this one part right, perfect, and then you work on this part and this part. Because people spend way too much time just focusing on the technical skill. Okay, technical skill obviously is important if you know how to read a chart, and you've got to know your platform. Definitely need to know your platform, being able to set a stop loss, a take profit, and a pending order. So those, even using your scripts, but I'll do the scripts and backup orders tomorrow. And that's basically the stuff that you do need to know. However, this is the stuff that actually gets you the long-term success. So if you want long-term success, obviously you need to get your attention on all three aspects. So you need to work all three aspects individually. Your money management, sticking to it, because it's easy to say, I'm only going to do this 2% per trade. And then the GBP USD sets up a nice, perfect W formation in the right part of the cycle. And you look at it, you're like, okay, only 3% in this one. You say, okay, let's go 5%. Now he pulls away. You're already on drawdown. The loss seems too big for your account. You're like, okay, let me remove my stop loss and push it down a bit. And then it pulls back down, comes closer to it. You push it down again, comes closer to it, and then you just completely take it out. And by the time you know it, you're already down 200 pips for the day. Okay, because I know guys that I started trading with that aren't trading anymore. Okay, so they couldn't actually sustain all that bang that traders actually usually do within the first couple of months that they actually did. Right, so it's very important to think longevity when you're actually trading, because once you get the skills correct the first time, you don't need to actually go back again the second time. You can trade for the next 20 years if you want, the next 30 years, from the comfort of your own home or office, wherever you want to trade. And that's basically you done for you to actually learn trading. So learn all three aspects, get in tune with all three aspects. I got a lot of material. I have more material to do with the mental skill than anything else, I'll be honest. The technical stuff, obviously my mentor did put that stuff in me, but I did more research by myself on the mental skills as well as the money management skills. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so now there's a couple of things obviously that you can do to improve your trading. It's not just about, okay, what are the problems? There are solutions to every single type of problem that you might have. And in the second session, we're just going to discuss that in a bit more depth and give you guys some simple solutions that you can actually follow, which if you do follow them to the T, they will give you proper success. That's why majority of traders struggle, not because they can't read charts and stuff like that. Now, knowing the type of information that you do know gives you an added advantage. So when you understand what the dealers do, how they manipulate the charts and all of that stuff, that is an added advantage And the only thing is for you to actually capitalize on that and just heavily leverage off the market behavior and the market patterns. Okay. Now, one statement that people often, I don't know, look at me funny when I say this. Now, if you're making $1 a day for 1 month, you're actually doing better than 94%, 94, 95%. Yeah, we have like 2.5 minutes left, so I'll drop the second code in, right? So what I was saying then, if you're making $1 a day for 1 month, that simply means that you are doing better than 94% of all traders. Okay, 90. Some say it's 95, some say it's 96. But I'll just put it at 94 based on the stat. Okay, so 94% of traders don't become consistent. Okay, because anyone can win a trade. I can close my eyes and tell you, or not even look at a chart and say, okay, sell Euro USD right now, 50 pip stop loss, 50 pip take profit, and in truth, there is a 50% chance for me to actually get that right. But obviously down the line, I don't have a chance of actually making it in the market. So if you can, because the $1 a day simply means that you are consistent. If you can draw $1 from the market each and every day for 1 month, then what would stop you from actually drawing $1,000 each and every day from the market for 1 month? You understand the logic behind it. So for me, the skill, consistency is the most important thing. It's more important than actually making big numbers. Because I mean, you might double your account in 1 day. That's like a black swan event. It's not something that's going to happen every single day. So for me, focus more on the consistency. Less than 1 minute left. I'll drop on the code for the next session now, right?